Hello, back to another Fives from my channel. I'm Jacob from Jacob's Book Corner, and today we're talking about my writing for book writing. I don't know what episode this is, like 12 or something. Pretty cool. 12 months, so a year. Oh, we are a year we on? Is that we've been doing this for over a year? Who knows? Either way, we have two books to talk about today. Obviously, you guys know what the first one, the second one is, which we'll get to. But the first one is The Rolling. I worked on The Rolling. I don't have a cover or anything. I'll throw it up. If I did, I would throw it up. I worked on The Rolling for Nanowrimo, and I think the last time we talked, I was about to hit that 10K mark, or hit that 10K mark. I couldn't actually really remember because I filmed part of the next like 2 weeks and I just didn't like the footage and I just didn't like how I was and my mental state and I just didn't enjoy myself, and so I didn't post that vlog. And yeah, sometimes that's the way life works. It's how the cookie crumbles. But we did get to 12,407 words, which I really enjoy. And now I've moved over to pacemaker.press, which is another website where you can track a whole bunch of things. You can track from drafting to writing to poems to novels to words to sentences to like pages to whatever it might be, which I think is really, really cool. And I'm very, very excited to use it for Broken Boys as well, as I will be tracking some of the progress over here. I'll also be tracking in other places, which I'll show a little bit later. But this one in particular, I think it's going to be between 60 and 80K for a first draft, which I think is a moderately okay for a paranormal romance. I'm also not looking into standards here for like typical publication because this is going to be a self-published novel, and so I just want to make sure I hit all my notes I want to hit on the first book, keep you guys entertained and stuff, and so that's just like the plan. Because this is going to be a self-published, steadily paced series going into Kindle Unlimited, I think is the plan. We'll see where Kindle Unlimited is in a few years when this is supposed to get post-delivered to you guys, but basically these ones, I'm writing trilogies in the line of I really like how Continuous Wearer's world was built through the Shadowhunters, where they're written through trilogies and it kind of got bigger and bigger as the worlds go on, such as the work also goes on, and so that's like the plan. But we'll see as the books go on where I want to go from this. I also really love writing trilogies, if you guys do not know. I think it's my favorite type of stories to write, where it's in a 3-book structure. I don't know. Either way, so yeah, we got to 12,407 words, which I really, really enjoy, and so I just put that on here to figure out kind of where my streaks and stuff were going to go. And I'm on a steadily up climb, which means the first few days, well, actually up until I would say day like May 16th, which is not until like 2 weekends from now, we get into the 1,000 marks. Like these are like really, really low numbers, which I really, really enjoy because I mean we can have a nice steady growth, which I also enjoy because sometimes you can only write 600 words, and it's somewhat discouraging if you do like a steadily pace, because that means you write 600 words every day, you know what I mean? And so currently right now, you're only supposed to write 161, but I already loaded in my big word count. So tomorrow we need to write 241, and we'll be on our goal to hit 60K by June 6th is this goal. And I think 60K is the low ball for this like first draft. I want to say 80K is probably the high draft. We'll see how long the paragraphs and the chapters come out to be. I honestly don't think 60K is a bad number to start a series at. I think 60 to 70 is pretty good. So anywhere in between 60 to 80, I'm gonna be okay with personally. So that's this one. Camp, like I said, was a moderate success for me. It was really just trying to get me back into the love of writing, and it really, that's what it did, and that was the work it needed to do. And so ultimately, I'm very happy, and I'm not mad, and I'm just really excited to be back into like a writing standpoint. Now let's move over to the next beast, and that is Broken Boys, which is my traditionally published book, which I'm hoping to go on clearing hopefully by the end of this year. We will obviously see my whole agenda has changed so much since like I had put out my initial like goals for the year, which is really interesting. I can't wait to do in June to go through all my goals and see if I'm hitting those goals, or if I'm liking the goals, or if I'm modifying them in some way, shape, or form. But Broken Boys, I need to go back and figure out where I put my outline for. I don't really know. I kind of just dropped Broken Boys, if you guys did not know. I'm currently editing scene by scene. I have to change like present tense, past tense. You guys don't know this book out? Probably not. It's about two boys, in case you're new here. I didn't think about that. I'm just assuming that you're here. This is about two boys who go off, well, a boy who goes off to college, he meets another boy, and they're both broken. There's a whole bunch of other stuff goes on, but that's like totally like the minimalistic here that you need to know. And so I got to, let's see here, looking at about 5,000 words into 100,000 word draft, which is sitting at chapter 2. I have no idea where my outline is. And so I'm just gonna like really look at this and figure out where my outline is and where I can, where I need to start building and stuff. I think this is a section where I'm taking out a character completely, if I'm not mistaken, as they weren't needed. The storyline wasn't needed. There's no payoff in the end. So I was gonna take them out completely. There's also another character who I really do enjoy, which also has no payout, and so that's a character that's going to be taken. But I have like a lot of things here that I'm confused about because I don't have a timeline. I don't have an outline. Like the outline I do have is for draft 2, so that doesn't work. And I'm just looking, and I don't see it. I do have like 100K breakdown, which is nice, but like nothing super on point. Then all my notes for draft 3, I don't know if they're down here. Are they down here? Yeah, who knows? I'll figure it out. But that's where I have broken points. I'm sitting down to trying to figure out all my notes and stuff and figuring out kind of how long. I kind of want to be done with draft 3 by the end of June. I think it's the goal, so give me all May and give me all of June. Since I am also drafting a book in the process of it revising, which I've never done before. I'm kind of nervous, but also excited because my brain tends to work on one project at a time. But I can go back and forth. Like we can fast draft the book, and then we can edit a book, and then we can fast draft the edit type of thing. And that's kind of like what we're doing here is that there's a few projects that I do have slated for this year that I want to get done. But one of those projects is to get the first 3 books. Well, one of those projects to get the first book done, the rolling, because I have a few other books I need to get done in that process as well. Next thing we need to talk about is my bullet journal, or my writing and reading journal. I have this whole section in here, which is not done, to be honest with you, but I do kind of enjoy it. And that's gonna be like my broken boy section. This one is a scene-by-scene way out. This is gonna be for draft 4, I think. I'm not really sure though. And simply how this works, I caught these all off of YouTube videos, by the way. But we have like a main plot, a subplot, we have a character, antagonist, and info, and you kind of fill in the line and based on how much you think they're really in there. So let's say the main plot takes up so and so amount of chapters, and these are scenes, so and so amount of scenes, and that way you can make sure it's a nice variety between all your scenes and stuff. And that way, let's say there's a character or a side character or a subplot or something, or those lines that just kind of get dropped, you can go back and you kind of figure out where that gets dropped, which I'm really happy about. These are just revision note sections in case I want to write them down, just so I have them. And then we have 2 other sections. One's written to agents, and this one is a one I made, which is basically where we write the number, the chapter we're on, the amount of scenes in the original draft, the amount of scenes in the original word, and then what we added, how many new scenes, how many new words, and see if they get longer or shorter. This is just something for me personally. There really is no point to it except that I'm really excited. Is there anything else? Nope, that's it. I think I'm gonna add a whole section here though that is dedicated to Kay Weismer has a way she does it where she draws like circles over chapters to get the chapters done. And so I think for draft 4, that's gonna be like a part of it. And this currently in that section is just for draft 3. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make a thumbs up, don't comment down below, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all next time for another beautiful video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.